Hello, so this is the new Alien Hypersense flanker fragrance that will be released in the UK on the 18th of February. And I've had my sample for a few days now. I've tried it a total of 4 times and I've got thoughts and I want to share them. So as an OG Alien fan, what do I think of this fragrance? So if you haven't seen me before, I'm Claire Smith. I make videos all about perfume, perfume science, perfume history, perfume psychology even. And I also just do some straight perfume reviews and fun perfume tags. So if you are interested and you haven't already done so, then please do consider subscribing. And also please like this video if you do enjoy this kind of content. So if you don't know me, I'm quite a fan of the Mugler fragrance house and I have been for quite some time. I have even made an entire video all about the history of the Mugler fragrance brand, which I will leave linked down below in case you do want to watch that. But also I would say that Mugler are probably the brand that I have the most of in my fragrance collection. I really have loved them ever since I really started getting into fragrance back in 2019, 2020. They just stood out to me as a fragrance brand that were just a little bit punchier than the rest. And they just had something different about them that made them stand out on the designer market. So just to put Alien Hypersense into context, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of the history of Alien itself and really what's been going on recently with Alien. So Alien was released in 2005 and back in 2020, the Mugler fragrance house was bought out by L'Oreal from Clarins, and that prompted a lot of reformulations, including of Alien. And also it prompted discontinuation of all the current flankers at the time. And also L'Oreal began to release new flankers, namely Alien Goddess in 2021, Alien Goddess Intense in 2022, and Supra Florale in 2023. So why is Hypersense causing so much excitement amongst OG Alien fans? Well, it's because Alien Hypersense heralds the return of the original perfumer of Alien from 2005, Dominque Ropion. So is Alien Hypersense the Alien that we've all been waiting for? So if you read the notes of Alien Hypersense, it comes across as something that's maybe fruitier, maybe a little bit woodier than the original Alien. So the listed notes are green mandarin super essence and pear accord, Indian jasmine, jasmine sambac, musk, cashmeran, amberwood and driftwood. So those are the listed notes, but how does it actually smell? Well, to me this opens as a green, sweet, fruity, slightly tart kind of cocktail. Very much along the lines of a 2000s alcopop like a Reef or something like that. It has a real green, fruity, sweet feel, but with a slight tartness in the background. Also in the opening there's some muskiness, and the muskiness is very much along the lines of that kind of grainy feeling muskiness that I tend not to like. And it's something that makes me think of Supra Florale. It also makes me think of Prada Paradox. And the muskiness is really not so dense like it is in those two fragrances. It's something that's relatively light compared to those two. And it's something that does disappear as well as the fragrance dries down. The muskiness kind of changes from being grainy to being a bit smoother. And that makes this fragrance a lot nicer in my opinion in the dry down. Also, I think this fragrance really from the very beginning has some jasmine, and jasmine is quite prominent. It's something that really makes me think of the EDP version of Alien right now, the L'Oreal reformulated version. It's along the lines of something a little bit soapier than the old style jasmine, the more solar, the more musky kind of style of jasmine, especially in the opening. In the opening, it definitely does have a slightly soapy feel. Really, as this fragrance dries down, the jasmine increases in intensity and the jasmine becomes much nicer, I think, as it dries down as well. Partway through the fragrance, it has this kind of caramelized feel, and it makes me think of sort of the fragrances that combine pear and sort of the sweeter notes, things like Jimmy Choo, EDP. It makes me think of that, but it isn't as high pitched as that fragrance. Clearly it doesn't have that patchouli that that fragrance has. In the final dry down, it has the nicest part for me, because you get left with a sweet, musky, soft jasmine along with sort of a cashmeran base, which gives it a little bit of a fluffiness almost. It's a very sort of snuggly skin scent by this stage, and I really like that part. So what about longevity of this fragrance? I could still smell this the next day on my skin after I'd been wearing it the night before, and I could still smell it on my clothes several days afterwards. I actually really loved the smell on my clothes after a few days. And I think this is actually not a very loud fragrance, even despite the longevity. It's something that's relatively quiet after a few hours, and really it's something you just catch wafts of occasionally. But I think it's quite a skin scent from only a few hours in, really. I don't think this is overly loud. It's definitely not as loud as something like Supra Florale, which I found really quite strong. So what did I think of Alien Hypersense overall? Well, I think I'm more of a fan of it than I am of Alien Goddess or Alien Goddess Supra Florale. And I don't think that's a popular opinion. I think most people will probably prefer Alien Goddess because it's just a very likeable DNA, isn't it? That coconut and vanilla is something that people really enjoy in fragrances. Even if it isn't an alien, truly, an alien flanker, it just is a very likeable fragrance for most people. And I think especially new Mugler fans will probably still really enjoy Alien Goddess compared with Alien Hypersense. But I definitely think Alien Hypersense is trying to appease the older fans in some way because they've brought back Dominque Ropion. They've put Jasmine more to the forefront of the fragrance, making it a very much more definite kind of flanker of Alien. It is something that is more true to the Alien DNA. I think overall the opening of this fragrance is something that I thought was a mess the first few times that I tried it. It took me a while to get accustomed to the smell of it, but actually now I quite appreciate it. I think it's one you don't want to smell quite too close up, but I think, smelling further away, it's absolutely fine. I think the other thing with this fragrance is just the bottle. It's just so pretty, and I can see people just buying it just for the bottle because it's just a stunner. In reality, I'm not going to be someone who goes out and buys this, but if somebody bought me a bottle, I'm not going to be turning my nose up at it. I'm not going to be putting it in a corner and never wearing it. I think I would wear it occasionally. I definitely think this is like a summery alien or an alien for beginners. It's quite light on the jasmine. It's quite easy. It's likeable. It's fruity. And I think this will probably do quite well for them. But I don't think it'll be as big a hit as Alien Goddess was, or definitely not as big a hit as Alien Goddess Intense probably has been for them. So overall, I feel like this fragrance is a mild like. The opening was really quite chaotic for me on the first few wears, but the dry down I absolutely love. I love that musky feeling jasmine, but I think if I'm ever going to reach for an alien, it's not going to be this one, it's going to be my vintage alien. But I appreciate that this is better for me from my own personal point of view and what I want from an alien flanker than say Alien Goddess is. I think overall for other people I would just recommend going to try this one because I think your opinion of this one could really go either way, especially if you're an OG fan. I think it's going to be unlikely that you're going to love this, but I think you definitely could like it. And for newer fans, I think, again, it could be something that you could really like, but I don't think that many people are going to love this. I think this is going to be a like for most people. If you really like that kind of cocktail fruitiness, then I think you might enjoy this fragrance. If you really love the jasmine, then I think you might like this fragrance. I think if you like something that's sweeter, you might like this fragrance. If you want a summer alien, you might like this fragrance. Also, I think if you like the caramel feel, you might also enjoy this one. I definitely think it's worth a go with this one. So that's Alien Hypersense. So I'd be really interested to know what your own thoughts are on this fragrance and whether you've tried it through a sample or whether you're watching this video much later and perhaps you've tried it in store, perhaps you've bought a bottle, perhaps you love it. Please let me know down below, and thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then please press the like button and please also consider subscribing if you haven't done already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.